Namaste. Greetings. I am Giridhar Babu, professor at PHFI, describing about epidemiology of COVID-19. Ranked moderately in Global Health Security Index, India's response in COVID-19 has been reasonable. India has highest number of cases and the deaths are comparable to United States, Brazil and Mexico. The recent good news has been there has been a drop in the daily COVID-19 cases and the daily number of deaths as well, including the test positivity rate. This is despite the increase in daily tests from a level of 3,000 per day to more than million tests per day done in the country. As we can see, the overall test positivity has come down to 7.46 with test per million around 71,000 with more than 7 million cases in the country. The states which had higher tests per million and followed syndromic approach are the ones which had higher cases per million, and incidentally are also the states which had reported deaths per million higher than the other states. The case to infection ratio has dropped from 100 to 26 from first to second round of national sero survey. The seroprevalence indicates that India has a national seroprevalence of 7.1 in September compared to 0.7 in the end of March. India's COVID progression in terms of state-wise, currently this burden seems to be concentrated in the southern states, which again I explained earlier that it is a function of probably better surveillance and also better testing in these states, with the test positivity rate being highest in Maharashtra, followed by Chandigarh, Goa, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh and Delhi. Karnataka scenario indicates that there is huge disparity between the Bangalore and rest of Karnataka in terms of tests and the overall performance.
There are some lessons for India. Without engaging the civil society in the private sector, we will not be able to use the entire public health system for the betterment of the community. And it is not an exception during COVID-19. This country also showed several exemplary ways in which diagnostic and therapeutic services can be scaled up in a very short span of time. This is have to be some out-of-the-box innovative solutions, such as mobile clinics, to boost the healthcare delivery. High priority should be given to primary healthcare and strengthening human resources, because without that, any emergency health response will be incomplete. As a fellow, I have been fortunate to have the autonomy, the kind of resources and the flexibility to do many of these things, such as engagement at different levels, and also have access to immense network and also knowledge base, plus the additional reputation that you get as a fellow of DBT Wellcome Trust fellow. That is immense. As a result, my 7 months engagement in COVID-19 response has been very productive, with more than 7 publications in high impact journals and more than several hundreds of media, full-length articles, interviews, and panel discussions. I've been engaged at the national level in ICMR's task force on surveillance and research.
DBT Wellcome Trust India Alliance invests in human resources such that they excel in public health research and also contribute meaningfully to public health academics and also public health practice. As a result, as fellows, our contribution to the healthy communities in the entire globe is immense. I thank the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, DBT Wellcome Trust India Alliance, and all the dignitaries here for giving me this opportunity to express my views.
Thank you.